Welcome back. Unless this is the first video of mine that you're watching, in which case, welcome. This is part of a series. I wouldn't dream of telling you what to do, but this video might make a little more sense if you watch the first video in this series if you haven't done so already. And then maybe also watch the other 7 videos between that one and this one. Honestly, I didn't really have any specific plans for this week. That may have been because in the back of my mind I knew I would be fishing. Though realistically I wouldn't have had a plan if it hadn't been raining anyway. So it was good that it was raining. I had time to come up with a plan for this week. I wanted to continue gaining netherite. Of course, more netherite mining would require gathering more ingredients for suspicious stew. A better farm for bone meal would be a logical next step. As I have mentioned before, carrots and potatoes are the best crops for bone meal, and baked potatoes are even better for composting than normal ones. I could just swap out all of the wheat in this current farm for potatoes, but I liked the way the alternating wheat and carrots looked. An underground farm could be a solution. I'd just have to find the right spot. I also still had to finish the map wall. With the rain over, it was time to get my plans back into gear. Fishing had yielded one more piece of leather, so I expanded the map wall. I replaced the first 2 rows of wheat with potatoes, just so that when I did make the real bone meal farm, I'd have a larger supply of planting potatoes. I always alternate my crops because they grow faster that way. I then decided to tend the rest of my farm. All of the crops had reached maturity anyway. I really need to make an automated composter system. This is getting very tedious. But once that was out of the way, I prepared for returning to the Nether. It was morning by the time I entered the portal. I was digging an opening for the bed when some lava jumped out of the wall to give me a very warm hug. I politely declined, though I was glad for the furnace fuel. In this instance, the floor is actually lava, but not anymore. One more piece of ancient debris. And this floor lava fills the last of my buckets for this trip. More punching fire, my favorite activity. I guess I should mark this gold for future reference? Really though, punching fire is great. Sometimes you just don't find gold, ancient debris, lava, or anything else useful or exciting. Punching fire is its own reward. To know that you, using nothing but your fists, have extinguished a flame that otherwise would have burned indefinitely in the Nether. What could be better? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, nice! Another ancient debris! My health was once again a little too low for my comfort, so I returned home. This is going to make a lot of nether bricks. It makes sense to keep the netherite scrap with the gold, right? With my health being so low, I would be stuck in the overworld for a while. So I had a look around for where I could put my real bone meal farm. I was thinking of putting the actual crops underground, but I at least wanted a building covering up the ladder down to the farm. You know, to make this area look a little more developed. I didn't really want the farm to be that close to the village, so I went to the other side of the ponds. Past the imported spruce trees, there was a cluster of poppies surrounding a partially buried pond that I had noticed before but hadn't really gotten around to terraforming. You know what that means. Time to uncover the pond. In the process of digging, I found that the back of the pond had some stone. Just going to replace this granite? It's closer to what I want. Closer. 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 I think that's it. I might add some buttons later, but that's it. Now I have a new pond I can fish at. And maybe I should put the new farm under this area then. First block. Here we go. I'm going to need more spruce wood for this building. How? How did that damage me? It's fine, I'll just be stuck here a little longer. That just means I'll have more time to work on the building before I go back. I finished installing the floor and temporarily moved the stone cutter. And now there's a door, but no walls. This slab needs to be replaced with a stair, though. I don't like seeing that part of the crafting table. But since I'm back at full health, that will have to wait until I return home from the Nether. You know, this is a long way down. Should I replace some of the floor blocks with hay bales? You know, just in case my controller disconnects and sends me flying off the ladder? Ooh, these are my last 2 beds. I'm going to have to get more soon. Yet more lava for the furnace. Not 1, but 2 pieces of ancient debris. So now I'm 25% there to my 3rd netherite ingot. And I'm out of beds, so of course I have to return home. Again. At this point, when it comes to wood gathering, generating and harvesting large spruce trees seems to be the most efficient use of these saplings. And my time. Time to start the ladder down to the crop farm. I've always liked chiseled stone bricks. Not sure why. Time to dig out the space for the crops. Ooh, iron! This is taking a while and my pickaxe is running really low. At least I had enough durability that I could make it far enough to add this water source. For the longest time I used to cover the water with lily pads. They looked nice, but every time I harvested the crops, I would accidentally break the lily pad and either fall in the water anyway, or just have to place the lily pad again. Either way, using a slab is better. Now I can just turn off my brain completely when I harvest crops. Which is almost always my goal when I play video games. It's time to move these root vegetables underground. It might not look like much now, but it will get there. Adding in the carrots should help it look a little better. Well, I think it helps anyway. And it's raining again. Perfect timing. Time to use the new poppy pond. Ooh, I'll be able to make another item frame. 2 item frames! That will finish the east third of the map wall. I got bored, so I tried jumping in place to reduce my hunger more quickly again. Also, I'm not sure why, but when I tried to reel in this fish, it went off to the side. Weird. It's happened before, but I can't really tell what causes it to happen. It was close to dawn when the rain stopped. The leather boots will be useful for 1.17, so I guess I should hang on to them. Adding the 2 item frames. And now the east side is done. I just need item frames for the west. Finally, I remembered to place the stairs. That looks much better. Adding in the walls. I might actually get this build done in the same week I started it. And I fell down the ladder. I need to remember to keep this trapdoor closed. It's time to add in the windows. And barrels. I need to make more. Ugh, I still don't have silk touch. More barrels. And now the barrels are done. This is going well so far. Though it is a little dark. Time to check out the crops. And they're ready to be harvested. Excellent. So, after filling out the rest of the plot, I have 10 potatoes and about a stack of carrots. This farm will be very useful for bone meal. Next morning, I composted the carrots. Still need to make that automatic composting system, and I chucked the potatoes into the smoker array. As I said before, baked potatoes are better for composting. It's anyone's guess as to why. Though I guess it would be doubly useful for anyone who uses furnaces for XP. You could get XP from the furnace and increased bone meal from the baked potatoes. Maybe I should start baking potatoes in all of my survival worlds. At any rate, the crop building still needed a roof. And since I am all about minimal effort, I went for the easiest kind of roof to build. I'm so glad they updated stone walls so that I can actually use them as walls. I wonder if they'll ever add more kinds of walls to the game. For lighting, 2 skylights should do the job during the day. I guess I could add some lanterns to the corners for nighttime. Or maybe I keep it unlit at night for the ambiance. Either way, I am considering this building finished. I can't believe I actually finished a build the same week I started it. Nice! If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing so that you can catch the next installment. And if you didn't enjoy the video, your patience and persistence are to be commended. Thank you! But if you didn't like the video, you probably shouldn't hit the subscribe button, since that would mean you'd see more videos just like this one. Morally, I cannot encourage you to do things that will cause you emotional or mental discomfort. But I also can't stop you. Until next time, take care.